Hello and welcome. This is a collective message for us all. Take what resonates for you only. I hope that you are all doing well. We're going to start the message off with the Soul's Journey lesson cards. Thank you. Anything else? All right, the card that we received, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight, the insight of awareness. This ties in with a message that I put out yesterday with regards to Neptune and the Black Moon Lilith, bringing up our fears, our doubts, our worries, our insecurities, feelings of unworthiness, not good enough, and those are arising. And it's important that we don't deny what is arising within, but instead gain the awareness that, oh, even though I have a protective ego overlay, there is a part in me that does not feel, that has fear. There's a part in me that has doubt, has worry, is self-conscious. And maybe, just maybe, that part has been operating below the surface, through the subconscious. And maybe this is a sign of what life, what the universe has been trying to just show me. Hey, take a look at this part within you that is afraid, that is worried, that doesn't feel worthy or strong enough or competent. But most of it is linked to fear, and this is old fear. Fear that is fading, or let's just say the events that created the fear is changing. The perspective of it is changing. These are old energies that are arising within us all. It's important that we don't deny them. It's important that we get in touch with them, understand what has been operating in our blind spot. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Overall energy is the Six of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles below that. So there's the fear. Here's the fear that's creeping up. Fear of, and look at that, Three of Swords below that, Two of Pentacles below that. So it just gets deeper and deeper. So the Six of Pentacles is a card of, really, it's important that we work out a balance within ourselves. What is the purpose? Why do you give of your time, your energy, maybe your material things? Why do you give gifts? Why do you give of yourself to others? Truly, not from what the ego is telling you on the surface, but deeper. There's a fear there that if I don't perform, if I don't give of myself, if I don't perform in a certain way, that I'm going to be alone, or I'm going to be ostracized or criticized or looked at in a certain light. Overall, this is talking about all the hard work we've put into life and the things that we desire, the things that are important to us, the things that are of value to us. It could be money. It could be what you've put a labor of love into. It could actually be your garden, and it's time to harvest or pick or close to. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is also a giver of what she has an overabundance of. And this doesn't have to be money, but maybe it is a precious resource that you've gathered along your journey, your wisdom, your knowledge, your patience, your compassion, your empathy, guidance, direction, assistance, help. This is with a loving heart. And then we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, this could be speaking of that egoic overlay. Queen of Wands knows when to act, does act on intuitive hits, or it could even be just a knowing. I know when to, love bomb. I know when to sugarcoat things. I know how to act when I need to act a certain way. And this acting is so that I get my own way. I get what I want out of it. Because we all have needs. We all have to acknowledge our needs and what needs may have gone unmet. What needs have gone unmet by us to ourselves is really what's being shown. And what is the fear behind that? Behind not meeting our own needs. Let's get a couple more cards. But once we have the insight and awareness of what has been driven by fear or worry or doubt, what we have denied within ourselves, is now self-awareness, self-mastery, self-understanding. Okay, so this is a phase of a cycle that we are, it seems as though we're kind of going backwards a little bit, either just in the memory or in our experiences or the emotions that are coming up, arising up from a past experience. You may have memories that are creeping up from a past experience, and it almost feels as though you've lost track of time. We have time lapse here. There's that gap between the past and the present seems to be very blurry suddenly. And that is another reason why these energies feel a little more intense. I don't see any emotion here. This is all pentacles. So, and wands. The message I'm picking up here is to pay attention to how you act. Pay attention to why you do what you do. Pay attention to what arises in your life experience. And most importantly, pay attention to how your perspective of what is important. Time is valuable. Connection, love, compassion is valuable? What do you place value on? And what do you give freely of yourself? And then why do you give? Because this is telling me there needs to be a balance. We need to actually look deeper and no longer deny the fear and the pain that's behind a lot of this. It's kind of trying to surf the waves of emotion and not get too caught up too deep into some deep emotion. It's how we've operated. Most likely our whole life. It's how we've watched others operate. Is it authentic? Is it true? Is it real? Is it from the heart? It does feel like we're going backwards in time, just briefly. So there is new insight and awareness that is arising. Okay. Okay. Here's a little advice as well. Interestingly enough, we have the Six of Inspiration as the overall message here. So there is new realization, new insight that is arising as far as what is important, what is of value in this life experience here. What do you place value and importance on? There's a healing going on. There's a realization, a recognition, and things are beginning to change. There's new hope, and possibly our deeper wishes and deeper sense of values are starting to arise with the star, which is transforming and healing some very old beliefs and ways of being. And we have the Seven of Voices with the Queen of Wands. So this is getting a little deeper into why we do what we do, why we give what we give, and when we give it and how we give it. What is the energy that's behind that? Because there are times where we are in our heart and we are seeing the light in another. We are feeling the light flowing through us. And that is a beautiful energy. That is the energy that we want, because we're giving effortlessly and we're not depleting our own self or energy by sharing and giving of our time, our energy, and our resources. But when there's fear that's behind it, when we're not feeling so worthy, or we're feeling insecure, or there's just fear behind it, recognize when you're in that energy and how do you operate, why you give what you give. This is an important understanding and how we operate. There's different parts within us. There is a part within us that is connected to our light and our source energy. And then there's a part within us that is connected to the density that we've lived in and the fears that are still very much alive within us. So that is the message. Don't deny what is arising within you, at the depths within you. There's a lot of beautiful gifts and wisdom and medicine in that. So that is the message for us all today. No longer denying. Acknowledge your fear and replace that fear with the insight of awareness. That is the message for today. I'm sending you all so much love. Take care. Bye.